Good afternoon, Fantasy Bay. Mike Williams here, and today we're going to be going over the art of trades. Let's get it started. So, trading is an important part of fantasy football. When you draft, you're drafting a team that you would like to have for as much of the year as you can, but sometimes things happen, like you get an injury or you figure that your team has a hole that you didn't fix. This is the time to fix those holes. So, first things first, you need to evaluate your team. You need to be very honest to yourself about what you have. If you have an abundance of running backs, for example, you have 4 starting running backs, only have 3 spots, 2 starting running back spots and a flex. That 4th running back you're not going to use. So when it comes to this time of year, when you're making a playoff push and you're looking at schedules and all that stuff, you want to maximize the value per slot. And the way I like to do that is with 2-for-1 trades. So after you've done an honest evaluation of your inventory and saw what you had a surplus of, now that you have that list, go and look at other teams. Don't go out and just think, oh, well, now I'm just going to go after Keenan Allen. Well, maybe that person that has Keenan Allen doesn't need what you can give them. So what you need to do is look for teams that have something that you need, and look for teams that need something that you have. So it's a fair trade. Next, what I want you to do is try to, once you find that team that has what you need and you have what they need, I prefer a dialogue. I don't think that just sending a trade blindly is the way to go with it. I think that contacting them any way you can, some sort of social media, you have texting, you have Facebook, Messenger, or group, WhatsApp, whatever you use, contact that person. Hey, I noticed that you were weak at position X and position Y. I'd like to do a 2-for-1, which I personally like to do the 2-for-1s. I want to get the best player out of the deal. I'd rather give you 2 slots to make up for 1 slot for me. Because every 2-for-1 is actually not a 2-for-1. It's a 2-for-2. Because that person most likely doesn't have an open spot, so they have to drop someone. So they're dropping someone, you're gaining 1 person, and now you can go work on the waiver wire for some flyer that you've been looking at. Let me give you an example. I got a buddy. I was really desperate. Bye weeks had hit me hard. I was lucky enough to pick up Hunter Henry earlier in the year, as well as another player that I had, James White. I was looking at a team that really needed a tight end. If you have Hunter Henry, just search for a team that needs a tight end. For example, there's going to be teams that have Kyle Rudolph, Jason Witten, and tight ends that aren't as valuable. Hunter Henry is a premium because he's he's in a pass first offense where they're going to throw the ball to their tight end, and he's proven that he can perform. So I went out to the person and I was like, hey, I saw that you need running back help and I saw that you need tight end help. I got Hunter Henry and James White. Let me get Tyler Lockett. Thought about it for a little bit, made the trade, pushed it through. That worked out for me fantastic last week. Tyler Lockett went off for 40. But it also played well for him, too. He really needed a tight end. Hunter Henry got him 15. He really needed a running back. James White got him 15. You're not purposefully trying to screw the other person over every single time you try to make a trade, because a lot of those trades don't go through. You want trades that benefit both sides. Both sides should feel like they're winning, but you should feel like you're winning a little bit more. So that's gonna do it. That's how you make a trade. You have to communicate. You need to evaluate what they need, evaluate what you really have and can get rid of, and make it happen. Trades can set you over the top. Trades can make your team go from great to, oh my God, I'm unstoppable now. Because you never know what other people are gonna say. You don't know what they need. I saw somebody drop Sony Michel this week. You dropped Sony Michel? Somebody else dropped T.Y. Hilton. What are you dropping these players for? Trade them. Someone wants them. If you have a wide receiver or running back that's in the top 36, do not just drop them. Send out some feelers. See what people say. Throw something in your group chat. Anything. There's nothing worse than having a player that you know can be on a starting roster and just dropping them to the waiver wire for nothing. Set up if they're not super valuable, set up a 2-for-1, set up a 3-for-1. Get something going so that you can have an advantage in the weeks moving forward, because there will be people on your waiver wire, especially for you, those of you playing in 10-team leagues, 12-team leagues, you can definitely find people on the waiver wire after you do that 2-for-1 that'll blow up. So, and also, we're in game time now. You can carry two defenses. You got to play the matchups. And when you're making trades, we're at the end of the year. Playoffs are around the corner. When you're trading for somebody, you want to glance over and say, hey, who are you playing in week 14, 15, and 16? And for the crazy people that play in week 17, those two. So that has been my advice on the art of making a trade. If you have any questions, hit me up. Don't forget to check out my social media. I'll have a link below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Mike Williams, Fantasy Bay. I'm out. Get to trading.